I am Shivaji Bhaskar, Faculty of Russian at the School of Foreign Languages, IGNOU. I welcome you all to this course, Basics of Russian Communication Skills. As you know, in our previous modules, we have been discussing about various aspects of Russian grammar and phonetics. You must be underlining and noticing many important aspects such as nouns, adjectives, verbs and their conjugations, aspects of the verbs, usage of different verbs in the past tense, present tense, and the usage of pronouns, adverbs and special expressions. All these important aspects are important in order to learn Russian well. That is why, in addition to that, we have been choosing a lot of text as a teaching methodological tool, so that with the help of these different texts, you understand the Russian grammar, you understand the Russian phonetics, you understand its pronunciation, the construction of the sentences, etc., so that you get the exact meaning of the sentences and the text. In this module as well, we have chosen a new text titled Где мои очки, which means where are my glasses or spectacles. As with the help of different situations, different festivals, different celebrations, occasions and situations, we have always used them so that you can also think of the same situations and use your grammar creatively. So in this module as well, we shall take the text which is known as Where are my spectacles, or in Russian as Где мои очки. We shall be reading the text first in Russian so that you can understand the tone and texture of the language. Afterwards, we shall understand the text with the help of English translation. We'll go through all the important nouns, adjectives, adverbs, special expressions, etc., which we find in the text, and then finally we would do the text analysis and see what kind of sentences belong to which kind of case system. We shall also underline the usage of the verbs in their conjugated forms in past and present, and we will see that what kind of expressions we get from it, so that you can also use them creatively in your own narration of text. So now let's begin the text. I'll read it in Russian for you, and then we shall understand it with the help of English translation. Где мои очки? Жил-был очень рассеянный человек. Его звали Гопал. Он всегда забывал, куда он положил свои вещи: ручку, книгу, ключи. Его жена Майя не знала, что делать. Она рассказала своей подруге: однажды мы пригласили гостей на ужин. Я просила Гопала пойти на рынок и купить овощи. На рынке он встретил своего школьного друга Рави. Они долго разговаривали, и Рави пригласил Гопала домой на ужин. Гопал с удовольствием согласился, и они вместе поужинали. Сегодня Гопал не мог найти свои очки. Он не помнил, куда он их положил. Может быть, он их положил на тумбочку? Нет, на тумбочке был будильник. Может быть, Майя их положила в стол? Нет, в столе были деньги. Бедный Гопал продолжал искать свои очки. Может быть, он их положил на стол на балконе. Но на столе были журналы, а за столом сидела Майя и пила чай. Она спросила его: «Почему ты ходишь туда-сюда? Что случилось? Почему ты ходишь туда-сюда? Что случилось?» Гопал рассказал жене все, и она начала смеяться. Она сказала: «Гопал, какой ты рассеянный! Разве ты не знаешь, что ты сейчас их носишь?» So here we have read the text in Russian and you must have understood the tone and texture of the language. Let's see a few questions based on the text first, then we will understand the text with the help of English translation. So the first question is: Кого встретил Гопал на рынке? The second question is: Что было на тумбочке? The third one is: Что искал Гопал на балконе? And the fourth one is: Почему Майя начала смеяться? And the last one is: Где были очки Гопала? So these are the 5 questions based on the text. You can very easily answer them correctly if you go through the text carefully. Alright, now let's pay attention to a few nouns, adjectives and special expressions etc. which we have seen in the text, and afterwards we shall understand the text with the help of English translation. Now let's pay attention to a few nouns which we have found in the text. Бумажник. Бумажник means wallet. Тумбочка. Тумбочка means bedside table. Футляр. Футляр means spectacle case. Холодильник. Холодильник means refrigerator. Now let's pay attention to a few adjectives which have been used in the text. Рассеянный. Рассеянный means absent-minded. There are certain verbs like вешать, повесить means to hang, видеть, увидеть means to see, встречать, встретить means to meet, готовить, приготовить means to prepare, гулять, погулять means to walk, давать, дать means to give, делать, сделать means to do, ждать, подождать means to wait, забивать, забыть means to forget, завтракать, позавтракать means to have breakfast, звонить, позвонить means to ring or to call, играть, сыграть means to play, искать, найти means to search, to find, кончать, кончить means to finish, начинать, начать means to begin, обедать, пообедать means to have lunch, отвечать, ответить means to answer, открывать, открыть means to open, осматривать, осмотреть means to examine, писать, написать means to write, пить, выпить means to drink, повторять, повторить means to revise or to repeat, покупать, купить means to buy, получать, получить means to receive, смотреть, посмотреть means to look or to watch, приглашать, пригласить means to invite. Likewise, we have a few more such verbs. Продолжать, продолжить means to continue. Просить, попросить means to request. Рассказать means to narrate. Послушать means to listen. Поставить means to put. Успеть means to be able to. Учить means to learn. Прочитать means to read. Now let's pay attention to a few adverbs. Вдруг means suddenly. Неожиданно means unexpectedly. Сразу means at once. Now let's pay attention to a few special expressions. So the special expressions which have been used in the text, like ходить туда-сюда means what's the matter, and что случилось means what happened. Alright, now since you have already understood the meaning of certain nouns, adjectives and special expressions which have been used in the text, let's understand the text with the help of English translation. Now, so the title of the text is Где мои очки? Where are my glasses or spectacles? Жил-был очень рассеянный человек. Once there was a very absent-minded man. Его звали Gopal. His name was Gopal. Он всегда забывал, куда он положил свои вещи. He always forgot where does he put his things. Ручку, pen, книгу, book, ключи, keys. Его жена Maya не знала. His wife Maya did not know. Что делать? What to do? Она рассказала своей подруге. She narrated this to her friend. Однажды я просила Гопала пойти на рынок и купить овощи. Once I told Gopal to go to the market and buy vegetables. На рынке он встретил своего школьного друга Рави. At the market, he met his school friend Ravi. Они долго разговаривали. They talked for a very long time. И Ravi пригласил Гопала домой на ужин. And Ravi invited Gopal for dinner at home. Gopal с удовольствием согласился, и они вместе поужинали. Gopal agreed to have dinner with pleasure, and they had dinner together. Сегодня Gopal не мог найти свои очки, and today Gopal is unable to find his glasses. Он не помнил, куда он их положил. He does not remember where does he has put his glasses. Может быть, maybe, он их положил на тумбочку. Maybe he has left them on the side table. Нет, на тумбочке был будильник. No, on the side table there was an alarm clock. Может быть, Maya их положила в стол. Maybe Maya has put her on the table. Нет, в столе были деньги. No, on the table there was money. Бедный Gopal продолжал искать свои очки. Poor Gopal continued to find his glasses. Может быть, maybe, он их положил на столе на балконе. Maybe he has left them on the table in the balcony. No, на столе были журналы, but on the table at the balcony there were journals. А за столом сидела Maya, and behind the table Maya was sitting и пила чай and having tea. Она спросила его, she asked him, почему ты ходишь туда-сюда? Why are you walking here and there? Что случилось? What happened? Gopal рассказал жене. Gopal told everything to his wife. I Ana nachala smyatsa, and she started to laugh. Ana сказала, she said, Gopal, какой ты рассеянный? How absent-minded you are. Разве ты не знаешь? Don't you know, что сейчас их носишь? That you are wearing them right now. So like this, the text we have understood with the help of English translation, a text about Gopal, how forgetful and how absent-minded the person is, that he is having his glasses on his head and he is looking for them everywhere in the house. So it's little humor which we have included in the text, so that not only you go through the text on history, text on different personalities and authors and poets, text on different cities, text on different festivals, but as well you must also understand the humor. So that is why this text we have chosen, so you can understand different kind of words, different kind of sentences, their construction, etc. Now let's pay attention to the questions. The number one is Кого встретил Gopal на рынке? So whom did Gopal meet at the market? Что было на тумбочке? What was there on the side table? Что искал Gopal на балконе? What did Gopal find in the balcony? Fourth one. Почему Maya начала смеяться? Why did Maya start laughing? Где были очки Gopala? Where were the spectacles of Gopal? So these are the 5 questions based on the text. You can very easily answer them by underlining the sentences, and as per the context of the questions in the text, you can answer them correctly if you go through the text carefully. Alright, since we have already understood the text with the help of English translation, now let's do the text analysis. We shall also underline certain words, nouns, adjectives, verbs in their conjugated form, so that we can understand the grammar and its aspects which have been used in the text. So please pay attention to the text while we do the analysis. Gije mai achki. So right from the beginning of the text, the title suggests that the first line is Gije mai achki. So Gije means where, mai achki, my glasses. As you know, there are certain things in Russian which are always found in plural. One of them is achki, or the glasses. Nožnici means scissors, bryuki means trousers. So these are certain exceptions we have in Russian. These are the nouns which are always found in plural. So please keep that in mind. And if you pay attention to the title having a question mark. So the intonation we have also need to follow. Gije mai achki. So the intonation, the pitch of the sound will rise at the end because we are asking a question. Gije mai achki. Where are my glasses? Alright. So the text starts with Жил был очень рассеянный человек. So whenever we use this expression Жил был, it is actually used to indicate once upon a time, there was a person, like this. So just to make the text or make the story interesting, you will always find short stories and different text starting with Жил был or Жили были if it is in plural. Очень рассеянный человек. Рассеянный basically for the person who forgets or the person who is absent-minded. Рассеянный человек. Since it is человек, masculine gender, that is рассеянный, you can change the adjective also as per the gender. Рассеянная женщина, absent-minded woman. Рассеянные люди, absent-minded people or forgetful people. So like this. Его звали Gopal. He was called Gopal. His name was Его зовут is being converted into Его звали. He was called Gopal. So the name of the person was Gopal. Он всегда забивал. Куда он положил свои вещи? So here we have chosen the verb забивать in conjugated form in the past tense. Забивал for own, and own is Gopal here. Svaiveshi, Palajich Kuda, to keep or to place where. So whenever we have this question Palajich Kuda, so we have the accusative case, and you know in accusative if any noun of the feminine gender, it shall change into, like Ruchka changes into Ruchku, Kniga changes into Knigu. So like this, Kniga and Ruchka, the ending have been changed. And then Kliuchi, Kliuchi, peace. Yuvozhina, his wife. Maya, Niznala, she did not know. Znach has been converted into Znala as per the requirement of the rules of the grammar of the verb Znach. For Maya, the name of his wife. Что делать? What to do? Она рассказала своей подруге. She narrated or she told her friend. Padruga means female friend. So here, since Maya is talking to her friend, it assumed that it's Anna, Padruga. Однажды я просила Гопала пойти на рынок и купить овощи. So she is saying that once I asked Gopal to go to market and buy vegetables. Prasich has been converted into prasila. So the verb prasich means to ask has been changed into the past tense form for Anna. Gopala, prasich ka wo, Gopal changes into Gopala. If you have any other masculine gender word here, it would also be changed. Like Anton, prasila Antona. So for any, and if you have any feminine gender like Vera, ya prasila Veru. So like this, you can use that in that context. Paichi kuda, to go where. Na rinak, I kupich ovashi. Na rinak, rinak means market or bazar. I kupich ovashi, and buy, kupich means to buy ovashi, vegetables. Narin kya, in the market. On has been used for Gopal. Встречи своего школьного друга. Встречать means to meet. After this we use accusative case, that is why свой школьный друг has been changed into своего школьного друга. Ravi is the name of his friend. Ani долго разговаривали. They talked a lot. И Ravi пригласил Gopala домой на ужин. And Ravi пригласить, after that accusative case, that is why Gopal changes into Gopala домой, because the question is kuda. So dom changes into домой. Na ужин means on dinner. So he was invited for dinner at Ravi's house. Gopal с удовольствием согласился, и они вместе поужинали. So Gopal with pleasure agreed to that, and they together ate or had their dinner. Сегодня Gopal не мог найти свои очки. And today, сегодня, today, Gopal не мог. He is unable to. Whenever we use the expression on не мог, means he is unable, or Ana не могла, she is unable to. So like this you can also use the expression. Найти. So for the verb to find, we have найти and искать. So найти means to find something continuously, but you could not find it. Найти свои очки. Свои очки because очки is in plural. Он не помнил. He did not remember. Куда он их положил. Куда он их is for очки, положил, kept. Может быть, он их положил на тумбочку. Тумбочка, side table. As per the rules of the grammar for accusative, change it to тумбочку. Нет, на тумбочке был будильник. So, часы будильник we use in Russian means alarm clock. So, будильник has been used to indicate that there was an alarm clock placed on the or kept on the side table. Может быть, Maya их положила в стол. Нет, в столе были деньги. And деньги is again, which means money, is always in plural, that you can also underline. Bedni Gopal продолжал искать свои очки. Poor Gopal. So here we have used the expression Bedni Gopal, not because he is poor, So this expression we have used to indicate that he is not using his intellect as, so this expression can be used like this as well. Instead, может быть, он их положил на балконе, но на столе были журналы, а за столом сидела Майя. And here we have used the expression the, and you know that the we use in the Tvarichalni Padesh, that is why stol changes into stolom. За столом, behind the table, сидела кто? Майя, и пила что? Chai. So she was sitting behind the table and having tea. Она спросила его, she asked him, почему ты ходишь туда-сюда? Почему ты? Why are you? Ходишь, going around. Что случилось? What happened? So these are the expressions which we also use during such kind of situation. Gopal рассказал жене все. And you already know the meaning of все means everything, and for animate we use the word все. This is the basic difference between все and все. Everything and everybody. И она начала смеяться, and she started to laugh. Она сказала, she said, Gopal, какой ты рассеянный? What kind of person you are? She said. How absent-minded you are. Разве ты не знаешь, don't you know, that что ты сейчас их носишь, that you are wearing them. So here she said that you are wearing your glasses, but you are finding it everywhere. So like this the text ends, and here you can see how we have done the analysis of the text. With the help of different questions, you can try to answer them and understand it properly, and you can also use different kind of expressions, verbs, different nouns, adjectives and expressions, and make your own small text. I hope you all enjoyed this text. We shall be bringing more text so that we can practice grammar and phonetics of Russian in a very interesting manner. Thank you.